Look at the energy here and the beauty in this energy. This is nature at its best, at its finest. This is what we love about dogs, because we see the truth in what's happening. The human sees the happiness. Simply because we are in pursuit of happiness, I understand that. But nature is something more, you know? Just beautiful. The law of nature. And the great thing about nature, it's not a he, it's not a she, right? It's not a he, it's not a she. It's just a force. And this is what you see. So when we see our animals acting like this, understand that it is a force that's moving, it's real, and that's what they enjoy. And that's why it can be this play, or it can be the aggression. It is simply a force. And you can see how well they feel it, how passionately they feel it. But the human being can interfere with this, and we can artificially produce it to be something ugly, just for our entertainment, our enjoyment, you know? I'm talking about teaching dogs to be aggressive, consciously or unconsciously doing it, when we should just see them for what they are and allow for them to unfold. Let the nature unfold. Let the energy, the force, just unfold, but not go too far. That's why it's easy to imprint on them to use their mouth for something other than just eating. You know, ripping, tearing, that's what it's supposed to be for. And when they're playing, it's to mimic that, but not to go too far, you know? That's what it's all about. And so if we can see it that way, right, for what it is, then it will always be beautiful. And we can put a bunch of dogs together, and we can get rid of the separation, you know? It's possible. But until then, rehabilitation, evaluation, separation, right? We have to do that and then work ourselves backwards to freedom. To be like the dogs that are here with me, always together. That's what it's all about. Beautiful creatures that have a soul, they have feelings. Look at this, you can see. Yeah. You see how they show that they can be wild if need be? It's there. It's like adrenaline. It's laying right under the surface of the human being. And when we have it, we become a force of nature to be able to do things that we never thought was possible. These guys are simple-minded creatures, able to perform complex problems. Such unique creatures. Look at this. Look at the expression. Look at the energy. Look at the personality. Yeah, it can change in a moment because it's laying right there under the surface. Our job as human beings is to learn how to manipulate this from the wolf side that we can consider to be negative. That's the side that we don't like. Even though wolves are beautiful creatures, I should know, I've had plenty. But to allow for them to feel the wonderful side of being a wolf and the domesticated side of being a dog. And that's with us just giving it love, but not bringing out that predatory side. Let that be an organic thing that takes place with each other. You may not hear me at your stage, because I'm always reading from a later page. But the more you listen and see, and this is why I take these videos, for you to see that this happens. It happens, and we can be the judge of which direction it's going to go. It's going to be a beautiful thing or a negative thing. Depends on if we're playing games or not. So I tell people, don't play predatory games with your dogs. Don't do that. Just love them. I used to interview people before they got dogs, and I would ask them why. Why do you want a dog? And they would have these wonderful reasons as to why they want a dog. And then they get home and they do all of the things that prevent them from being able to do those wonderful things. They never once said they wanted the dog to challenge them, to be aggressive, to use their mouth to solve problems, to kill. But they go home and they play these games because we're used to playing games. And then we imprint this behavior, this emotion, this feeling that's lying right under the surface with animals because they have the ability to be both ways. And then we artificially inseminate that in their brains to become something other than what we want. And so our lives begin to diminish as opposed to flourish and open. And the dogs whose lives open are those therapy dogs. The blind person's dog, the dog that's in the with the person in the wheelchair, right? The dog that we take to the hospital, that we take to the school kids and let them play and touch. And the dog loves to do that because it hasn't been tampered with. This is what I'm talking about all the time when I'm videotaping dogs and evaluating them, trying to take a quantum leap back in time to bring out in them what was once there but lost because of the human being. So important that we see what I see if we're going to save the lives of these creatures. They are so magnificent, so simple-minded, but yet so complex if we begin to tease and play games. Dogs want to get it right. They want to understand, but we never tell them the truth. We always lie. And what is the truth? The truth is that I don't like this and I don't like that. And this is dangerous. That's why I don't like it. And what we do like, we have to say nothing unless we're teaching them a trick. I'll continue.